All right, and we're back. And this is the chart action live stream, and we're going to look at some cryptocurrency and some stocks today. And let me just wait a couple more minutes to see if anyone else joins. All right, I think we should just get into it. All right, let's see. What are we looking at? Let's take a look at the watch list and see what's happening today. So let's see what we got. Ethereum to Bitcoin. Ethereum is going up compared to Bitcoin, and Ethereum is up 3%, and Bitcoin is actually down 0.95%. Let's take a look at the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. That looks kind of interesting. Oh, look, it looks like we have some sort of breakout right here. Let's take a look more in depth. All right, let's go to the daily time frame. Let me see if my voice is okay. testing. Yeah, it looks okay. All right, so let's take a look. Ethereum might be the one today. So we had some resistance right here. We had resistance right here. And then, so that gave us that top trend line. And then we had resistance right here. And then we had a stronger downtrend. So what I got is this resistance right here and this resistance right here drew a trend line going to the downside, and right now we're breaking that trend line. We're also breaking the daily 9 moving average right here, this blue line right here. So yeah, this is actually looking pretty good for Ethereum right now. Let's see, what else do we have to look at? We could probably look at this previous resistance right here and maybe right here, and then there's going to be this trend line right here. So I'm just trying to think. This is the first time I'm seeing this, so let me think about this for 1 second. In general, I think let's get rid of these ones. I think it seems like we're going to come up and test this trend line again. I mean, I guess we probably have to test this resistance right here, and like this in this area right here. I'm guessing it seems like there's I don't know. What do you guys think? But in general, we broke this trend line, and this is on the daily time frame. So this looks good in general. I don't know. I don't know if I want to call exactly where it's gonna get resistance or what, but it looks like we're breaking out. Let's see what the 4-hour says. Oh, okay, here we go. So the 180 moving average on the 4-hour time frame, this orange line right here, maybe that can be another place that we're gonna look at for resistance. This is at .06564. This is Ethereum to Bitcoin too. So yeah. Let's see what else. So yeah, let's take a look at Ethereum to the US dollar. Let's see what that is looking like right now. All right. Whoops. Okay. Because we have a big downtrend going in general. Let me clear off some of these horizontal lines. A lot of these were just potential limit orders. I haven't really been buying Ethereum, or I haven't been looking at Ethereum that much. I got a couple positions, but yeah, it doesn't look like we hit really any of them. We got close to this 1586. I think I might have had a limit order right there actually. But we didn't quite get there. So yes. Get rid of those. Oh, this is on Kraken though. Let me also do this. Oh, okay, so this is the dollar. Let me get rid of this. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. All right, so we had Ethereum. It was running up, got resistance right here, and it's been trending down pretty hardcore. And so we had this resistance right here, this resistance right here, gave us this trend line right here, or gives me, this is basically what I'm looking at basically. And then we have resistance right here. We have resistance right here and resistance right here. So that gives me this trend line right here, the second one. So we actually broke through that, and this is on the daily time frame, so it's slightly significant. In general, though, I've been talking about this. We don't really want to get really bullish until we break above the weekly moving average, and that is right here, this blue line right here. So that's sitting at about 2638 right now. If we keep moving down, it'll follow us down, but right now that's where we're looking at as resistance in my book, this weekly moving average. Because look, right here we broke below it, and ever since then that's when we've had our sideways slash downwards movement. And we could go look at the total crypto market cap too and kind of see similar things. It's basically what I'm looking at. But today Ethereum looks like it's actually breaking out of this little downtrend. The altcoins get a little more wrecked than Bitcoin, so when they start coming back like this might be a nice little opportunity in general, in my opinion. I'm not actually putting in an order, even though I should possibly. Let's take a look at like Ethereum to Cardano. I'm kind of curious about this chart. Let's see. So we have Cardano to Ethereum right here. And with this chart, we had this falling wedge like this. And then we had a breakout right here. And what I'm targeting in this falling wedge is pretty much up here and possibly up here. But mainly right here, I think. I think we still have another leg to go up. And yeah, so I'm not sure. But in general, we broke out of this falling wedge, and then we were kind of forming this flag pattern, something like that. In general, I think we're more in like a channel now. We've been in this thing for so long. I don't know. I think we kind of killed the flag pattern for being in this channel so long. I don't like the way this looks as a flag per se, but yeah. So I mean, in general, we're still pretty much trending up. Cardano is trending up to Ethereum. So the fact that this is going down right now is saying that Ethereum is going up. And if this breaks below this trend line right here, or this 180 moving average and this trend line right here, then we'll see Ethereum go even higher. So I guess my point is we probably want to watch this trend line right here. If you're following along in TradingView or whatever, the ADA to Ethereum, and so we have a bottom trend line, something like that. I think if we watch this trend line and it breaks below it, then maybe we'll see Ethereum go even higher. But it might just be like a wick down, like something like that, and then maybe Cardano will start catching up to it. So yeah, but yeah, look at what's going on right now. Cardano was going up compared to Ethereum, and then it's going sideways, and then now it's going down. But now it's testing this bottom trend line. So let's see if it holds the trend line and Cardano comes back, or if it breaks the trend line and Ethereum goes higher and maybe Cardano goes down, or maybe goes sideways or something. I'm not sure. All right, so let's take a look at what else do we got. Let's take a look at what other percentage changes we've kind of seen in the past day. Okay, so the Bitcoin shorts, they're down about 10%. I don't actually keep track of how much percentage this comes and goes, but like we can look at, let's see. Look at the volatility in the shorts though. This is pretty crazy. Let me get rid of all these horizontal lines real quick. Let me know. Yeah, I could look at a look at Express stock. Yeah, let me run through these cryptocurrencies, and then after, if you guys want to just put in what stocks and coins you want to look at, we can take some time at the end and we can kind of answer questions and go through that and stuff like that. I think so. What the format I'll do, I think in general, is I'm gonna run through my normal cryptos, and then, or actually, I want to see what's moving up and down. Then I'm gonna run through like Dogecoin and like whatever the normals, and then maybe hit up like AMC or something, and then I'll do the questions and stuff like that. Let me. Oh yeah. So I want to check out the shorts though. So let's see. So in general, look at the shorts though. Look at the volatility on this. So this is the daily time frame, and this is like this is back in 2017 right here. So yeah, a lot of shorts, and then the shorts came down, and then it was going sideways pretty much, and it's just been in this kind of sideways like area. I mean zone, should I say? I was kind of, forget that word, but like this zone here. I don't know. It's like in between right here pretty much. Well, I mean, I guess right here held resistance right here a little bit, but I mean, take a look at like the last couple days. I guess that's really what I was kind of interested in, especially compared to like the bigger time frame. Like we were just like the shorts were just trending down, and Bitcoin was just heading up, and then we broke out right here and got a bunch of shorts, and then they came back down, and then it's super crazy volatile right now. So it looks like we have room for the shorts to go back up. So yeah, I'm not sure. That could possibly mean that Bitcoin might be heading down, but in general, we are trending down, so that means like there's not as much shorts. I don't know. In general, it just looks pretty volatile. Look at this crazy pump right there, and then crazy pump right there, another pump right there. Maybe that's a double top though, and we're gonna. I really don't know. We'll see. It just looks interesting, especially when we had this triangle pattern like this, and then right here now we're getting some action. You know what I mean? On the shorts. So yeah, this is another interesting chart to look at. In general, it's the BTC USD shorts. That's the ticker symbol if you want to follow along on TradingView. All right, let's take a look at, I think we kind of seen, let me look at, I was going to say, I think we kind of covered all of the movers today. Let's take a look at Dogecoin real quick. All right, so we're on Dogecoin right now, and this is the Bittrex chart. Okay. So in my video yesterday, I'm not sure if you saw it or not, but we have a downtrend going something like this, and we're on the 4-hour time frame. It's been faking me out in general. I had my trend line drawn something like this, and it looked like it broke above it, and then it looked like it broke below it, and it was trending below it, and then it broke above it. So what I did is I moved with my trend line. So now we have the top right here, the top right here, and it looks like we're getting resistance with the top right there. So it is kind of forming another pattern just by moving that trend line. Excuse me. So in my opinion, we have like this triangle pattern right here. And what I'm wondering is, are we going to break to the upside or to the downside? And like I talked about on my last video, when we got support right here, I bought a position right here. And then when we came up and broke that 4-hour trend line, I bought a position right here at that green line. So what happened was, when we broke this moving average to the downside, I sold this position down here, and I kept this position up here. Basically hedging my bets. What I did is I sold this position right here, and I took profits up here, and then I put in a limit order down here. So basically I have 2 limit orders down here, one at 1.7, one at 0.177, and then one at 0.155. So yeah, these are 2 previous support levels. Well, not a support level, but it wicked down right here. I keep talking about that in pretty much every one of my videos. So I got a little bit of support right there, and then we came down and wicked down right here, and this is the previous support that we just pretty much got right here. So yeah, I took profits and then see if I could get back right here, but I also have a position right here. And like I was saying on my video, if we break this trend line, hopefully we can get some volume. Maybe I'll put in another small position going to the upside, maybe another dollar cost average. You know what I mean? It looks like we have this 180 moving average coming in right here. And if you remember, that is pretty much what gave us our resistance the last time when we were getting bullish. We started to get bullish because we were like, oh, the downtrend, and then it broke the downtrend. And then we were moving up, and then this 180 moving average came and gave us resistance. And ever since then, guys, so like I've been talking about since maybe around here, we're going to want to watch this 180 moving average to really, not to really, but that's going to be one of the next things that we're going to want to look at to make sure we break before, I mean, just in general, you know what I mean? Or look at it as resistance and maybe see what happens right here. If we start turning to the downside, maybe take profits. I don't know. Let's see. So what else do we got? I think in general, we're on this uptrend though. We can kind of move this until we break this trend line going something like this. So we're bouncing on this trend line like this. Right now, pretty much though, we have this downtrend and we have this uptrend. We are so close to breaking it. It'll be cool if we could break to the upside on the stream and get a nice movement. You know what I mean? Maybe we can target from here to here, drag that to the breakout. If we go to the upside, you know what I mean, .390. But like I've been talking about, we have these other previous resistances right here. So we had resistance right here, and then we have resistance pretty much right here and right here. So what I'm thinking is we might not make it to the triangle target, or I mean, who knows? There's like 4 different places that we could get resistance or maybe get stopped at. And so these are the levels I would be looking at and seeing what happens at these levels. So one is at .307, one is at .334, one is at .366, somewhere around there, and then another one is at .391. I don't know which one it's going to stop at, but these are just some things to look at to kind of see, okay, well, we have these targets right here. Maybe it'll get resistance right here, like this 180 moving average. I don't know if we're going to break that, but if we do, that'll probably be a good thing if we break it. I mean, we'll probably get a nice little pump because we break it. So if we do, is what I'm saying. And like I said, we got resistance right here and pretty much right here too. So it's been giving us trouble, guys. That's one of the things we're going to want to look at. What else do we want to look at? But in general, triangle right here, convergence of downtrend and uptrend, 4-hour time frame. So keep an eye on that if you want to follow along on TradingView. All right, so let's take a look at how am I doing on time? I kind of wanted to space it out right. Oh shit. Excuse me. All right, let's see, what do we got next? So let's take a look at, did I look at Dogecoin and Bitcoin? I don't think I did yet. So okay, let's wrap up with Dogecoin to US dollar real quick. Let me just, like I said though, basically what I'm looking at is I don't care if it goes up or down. If it goes up, we'll have a nice little target of .366 or .333, maybe even higher. We'll see. We'll kind of let that play out. If we break this trend line right here, I'll probably put in another position, another small dollar cost average, small risk management position. And if we break to the downside, then I will have made profits on Doge. I mean, I will actually be making Dogecoin if we buy right here because I sold up here, basically. So yeah, and right here too, if we could get these positions filled, that'll be good. I'll have accumulated more Dogecoin in general, I think. I mean, yeah, because you take profits up here, buy back down here, then that means that you buy back more Dogecoin pretty much. Okay, so but yeah, I still have my green position. This green order, this green level right here is still a open position, and if we break the trend line with some good movement, maybe I should just dollar cost average in general. But I kind of want to wait to see till we. That's what I like to do. I like to wait till we break the trend line to really make a really do an action. If we break up here, then I'll at least I'll have a signal that tells me to buy. If we break this trend line going to the downside, and who knows, it's been faking me out, so it might break up, start riding along this trend line, get some resistance right here, and then go back to the downside and fill my limit orders. That's why risk management, do small. That's what I do, is small limit orders or small orders in general. Unless I have a good feeling about the downside, like down here, this dot 155 that's been there for a while. It's actually it's a bigger order than my market orders, that when I break the trend line, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it'll fake you out, and I think that is the thing that kind of has been saving me from getting faked out, is doing smaller positions, so I'm not going all in when it breaks that trend line, and I'm just stuck without. I mean, if it goes to the downside, you know what I mean, or if it gets faked out, should I say? All right, so let's take a look at Doge, but in general, we're in a downtrend, but we are testing this daily downtrend as well. Let's take a look at that, and I think, yeah, we are above the daily moving average. Let's get rid of these trend lines just for a second. We have this 9 moving average on the daily time frame right here, and we actually broke above it for right now. We've been kind of going in and out of it, so I'm not 100%. I mean, it's like we might still be going in and out of it, what I'm saying, but this is a good start. Basically, I like seeing that we're above the daily moving average. That's good in my book. So let's see if we could keep that momentum going. And then let's do a downtrend like this. We're testing this downtrend too. If not, we've already broke it. Something like this, except I think we should probably move this one again. Well, I don't know. This one's kind of tough. What do you guys think? Because I would think that we had this resistance right here, and then we had all this resistance right here. And that's the downtrend. You know what I mean? And once we break that, then we should be okay. Or not okay, but we should be the start. And this trend line, if we do this trend line with these resistance areas right here, this lines up with this moving average, and we are above this trend line right now. So let's see if Doge fakes me out again, or if the trend line actually holds support. I mean, if now breaking this trend line, we hold support and we get a bounce and we start moving to the upside. But yeah, we are above the 9 moving average, and we have broke this daily trend line. You know what I mean? On the daily time frame, and this is, I don't know. Do you think we should move this trend line more to this side now that we're getting resistance right here? Or because what I go off of is this red trend line, this red candle right here. I mean, we could move it to this red candle, is what I mean, because we got that resistance right there and then came down, and then now we're testing it again, and we kind of broke through it, but it looks like we're getting kind of stopped right there. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can see it. So yeah. All right, what's next? Let's take a look at, how am I doing on time? Okay. Okay, so I looked at Bitcoin, I looked at Ethereum. I didn't look at Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin real quick. Let's go to like the hourly time frame. So on Bitcoin, and then we'll check out that, what is it? Express? Okay. Yeah, with Bitcoin, let's check the 4-hour. All right, so with Bitcoin, same thing with kind of that Ethereum a little bit. We had this double kind of oh, there was resistance up here, and I think it was a bearish divergence. But in general, it's a downtrend, something like that. And so we have this trend line going something like this from this resistance right here and this resistance right here. The next thing we have is this resistance right here and this resistance all right here. So I have another trend line going right here. Excuse me. What I need to do is get some water. But yeah, so we have a downtrend right here pretty much. Okay, so this looks a lot like the total crypto market cap too, is where we have like this downtrend and then going kind of sideways, and now we're testing this trend line basically. This one over here, pretty much. Okay, so let me see what's going on here. So that's what this line is. That's what this line is right there. So keep that in mind, because then when we go into the hourly time frame, you can see that we're really testing it right now, and we are in this like upward channel. So let's see if we keep holding this and we can break this trend line going to the upside right here. The other thing I saw on someone else's channel was we have a kind of like a almost, is it? No, that's not it. It's right here. It's like this W pattern. Let me see. Something like, so we have those support lines, but right here we have this resistance kind of going all right here. So we had resistance, resistance, and then resistance. So I think in general, if we could break this trend line as well, we might be looking at like a W target, or maybe some sort of triangle pattern, something like this, where we target the middle of the W or the middle of the triangle, something like that. And then if we break this trend line going to the upside, we can drag this right here, and we're looking at a target of around 41,186, something like that. And that actually lines up with this previous resistance somewhere right there. They might fall a little short because there's a lot of resistance right here at around 40,313, and there's also this resistance up here. But yeah, so that would probably be the next line that would be testing, because we have like this resistance right here and resistance right here. So let's do another trend line. We could probably even take it up to like the 4-hour time frame on this one and draw this trend line on the bodies right here. So yeah, we might be looking at like the next target if we continue to break. Let's say we break this W pattern going to the upside. I think the next thing we'd be looking at is like 40,000. And then if we could break that one, then we're looking at another, I don't know. I don't want to say a W pattern, but this one has a lot of, this one looks like more like a channel. And this channel just came after a big downtrend. So a downtrend and then a channel is kind of a bear flag. So I don't know. Let's see what happens, guys. I'm not sure what's. I'm just showing you what I see, and it looks like we're testing this trend line right now. And I think if we could break this trend line right here, okay. So if we could break this trend line, that's good. And then we'll need to break this straight trend line right here too. But yeah, let's see if we could break, and then look at, we have this 180 moving average. I think if we could break above that as well, then maybe we can be looking more at this target right here, this triangle pattern or something like that. I don't know. We're testing this. We're testing the upside though in general. And that's one more thing that we have not hit yet. Let's hit up the total crypto market cap. All right. I talked about this in my Dogecoin video, but yeah, let me zoom out real quick. Let me just kind of figure it out real quick. All right, so we still have a downtrend like this. I mean, in general. So we have this white trend line going something like this, and we had resistance right here, and now we're coming up right on that resistance and we're testing it, just like we were, I mean, like I was talking about with Bitcoin, and we can kind of do the same thing with this total crypto market cap. We have something like this, a W pattern, which is kind of like a recovery pattern actually, and we have a downtrend, and then we have a W, kind of like a double bottom right here. So I think if we could break above this trend line right here, we can target from the top to the bottom of this W right here and drag that to the breakout. Let me kind of do it a little better. Something like this. And we're looking at a target of possibly something like that. 1.54 to start with, I think. And you can also see this 180 moving average. We're on the 4-hour time frame. Maybe that'll give us some trouble too. This 4-hour 9 moving average has been giving us trouble, at least on Dogecoin. So yeah, we'll see what happens when we get to that level, pretty much right there. If we can break right here, I'm not saying that we're going to, but it does look like a W pattern, and a W pattern is a recovery pattern in a downtrend. So hopefully we can keep this momentum to the upside going. All right, let's see. What else do we have next? All right, so let's see. What are we looking at with this chart, though? I think in general, it looks slightly like a falling wedge. What do you guys think? So let's say, okay, so we get to this target right here. Yeah, I would say this previous resistance might give us some trouble as well. And one thing that I've been kind of hammering in general is we don't really want to get super bullish until we can break above this 9 moving average on the weekly time frame right here, guys. So we're still underneath that. We're still way underneath that. What I think has to happen is we might need a little bit more time in this sideways action right here. Maybe we'll be going up and down, something like that. We'll probably see some good movements, maybe even if we just go sideways. But breaking this trend line looks pretty good, and like I said, we really want to break this 9 moving average. And okay, so back to the time thing. I think the more time that goes on is the closer the 9 moving average will get to the price, and will make it more likely that we can actually break through that moving average and actually start heading back to the upside. And like, you know, in general with the whole crypto market, just start moving back to the upside. I'm not 100% sure, like I've also talked about, but this doesn't really look like it anymore. I've talked about how this kind of looked like a flag pattern, something like that, but we kind of broke out of this flag pattern right here, and we didn't get like a huge move to the downside. So yeah, I'm not really sure if that is a flag pattern per se, which is good. We don't want to. That'd be really bad if it was a bear flag. But so hopefully we're getting a falling wedge instead. And you know what I mean? This, in a falling wedge, the breakout right here would actually be a nice little trade. So let's kind of see something like that. And in a falling wedge, I would usually, the first target would be the previous resistance in my opinion, and then in general the top of the wedge. But this doesn't look like a necessarily a beautiful falling wedge, you know what I mean, a perfect, you know what I mean, where it's like textbook. It looks kind of like a triangle. It kind of looks like a falling wedge, maybe descending triangle, I guess you can say. If we break to the upside though, I feel like this is a bullish pattern in general. So yeah, let's see. What else do we got? Yeah, all right, so let's check out AMC real quick, and then we can start looking at whatever questions you guys have, or other stocks, other random stuff. We could go through my watch list and see if we have any big movers in my watch list. I don't really see any. It looks like ARK is doing green still, which is good. Tesla's green. That's good. Tesla, ever since I bought Tesla, it got wrecked. Well, it was just downtrending. It wasn't totally wrecked, but I kept it. I did not sell it. Diamond hands. So I'm going to move this trend line a little bit right here. We got a little bit of support right there. This green candle right there. And look, we broke above the 4-hour moving average. We're taking a look at the AMC chart, by the way. So yeah, this is AMC, and this is starting to look like a bull flag. I think, kind of. I mean, we got this huge pump right here, and then we're getting some consolidation, some straight action. I don't know how I would, some sideways action. I think that's what I usually say. Okay, so yeah, it kind of looks like a bull flag. You know what I mean? I think if we could break this trend line right here, especially if we get some volume, I think I must have got rid of the volume. Okay, so volume. Okay, so yeah, we have declining volume right here. If we could get a spike in volume right here, let's be conservative about it real quick. We can do, let's be like really conservative, and we'll do just the bodies of the 4-hour time frame. And that's not that conservative, I guess. That's pretty reasonable. So yeah, from the triangle, top to the bottom of the triangle, we're looking at the next target. I think it was around $100, something like that. This triangle pattern, something like right here. If we could get a breakout like right here, 94.90 approximately. And then let's say this is actually a bull flag. So we would actually do something from the top of the flag, or we would actually target the flag pole, and top to the bottom of the flag pole, drag that to the breakout. Let me line it up a little straighter. We'll do from the bottom to the top. Let's see, something right there. That's the bottom right there. We could even do the top right here. The top body is right there, and we'll drag this to the breakout. Let's say it breaks out right here. Let's get rid of this one, and possibly 109.78 approximately. Yeah, so those might be the next two targets we could be looking at. If we look at the daily time frame too, which is what we're looking at right now, we have I've been talking about this 9 moving average right here, excuse me, and we have been kind of going in and out of it, honestly, but right now we are above it, which is a good sign. That's a good direction. I'd rather be above it than below it. When we're below it, I get kind of nervous. And then we're testing these trend lines like right here. I was kind of nervous. I was like, all right, I'm going to wait it out, but this is making me nervous because we're below the daily 9 moving average, and we're testing this downtrend right here. In general, we have not broken this uptrend right here, so we're not guaranteed to go up yet, but we are starting to test this top resistance trend line right now. And let's take a look at the weekly time frame, because if the daily time frame is going in and out, then maybe we can look at the weekly to give us a better time frame. You guys know that, right? So let's take a look what we have here. We have the 9 moving average right here. Boom. So we're on AMC, and this is the only thing that kind of makes me wonder, is that we have this weekly moving average and it's down here. So if it's down here, this would be that we would get support on it, or that we'd retest it. So are we gonna, I don't know, do we have to touch this trend line before we start heading up basically, or is it just gonna have that whole space and we don't even have to really touch it to get the upwards movement? I don't really know. This to me right here would say, it wouldn't say, but this would tell me where we would touch down if we went to the downside, which is at 36.96. I mean, this is where we would maybe retest, is what I'm saying. But I'm not saying that we're going to the downside. Maybe we don't even need to touch it to like get the support to keep going to the upside. Right now we're above the daily. I don't know. This is kind of I don't know what to make of this right now. The monthly moving average, Actually, the monthly time frame in general just looks parabolic. It looks like we have potential to, like we just started a parabolic move too. I don't know. We just, excuse me, we just broke this 9 moving average on the monthly time frame. Let's see if we could keep this. If let's see if this monthly time frame can keep this how you say parabolic action going. Sometimes, I mean, it's going crazy right now, and this looks a lot like Bitcoin to me. I mean, this reminds me of crypto and Bitcoin and stuff like that. Let's see. Let's go with. I'm just not into stocks. I guess I'm kind of not new to stocks, but more of a novice or a rookie to stocks, you can say. But yeah, this is looking nice. Every time I look at it, I'm just like, oh, this looks pretty nice. Let's see if we could get a break to the upside. I actually did take some profits when we broke this trend line right here, somewhere maybe like right here. So I did lower my position, but I still have some AMC. All right, so what stocks do you guys want to look at, or what questions do you guys have? You said you wanted to look at Express stock. Let's see if we could find that. Do you know what the ticker symbol is? Express Inc. EXPR ticker symbol. Is that correct? All right, let's go to the daily time frame. Let's go to the weekly time frame. Let's go to the monthly time frame. I'm not sure what's going on with this stock. I might have looked at this before. Maybe were you in my I need to start like writing people's names down and but I think I might have been looking at a stock similar to this. Anyways, there's a downtrend going right here, and this is the monthly time frame, so this might be a good long term, possibly. I think Express. What was that? Was it like an eBay thing? I think. Let me see. So we have this calling like a falling wedge, going something like this, and then it looks like we got like some sort of short squeeze, and then it came back down, and then right here we're testing this moving average. Was this part of the Robinhood short squeeze stocks, or is that not true? I mean, is that not thing? So the program I use to do this is tradingview.com. This is just a normal web browser, and you go to tradingview.com. And yeah, I actually just made a short video about it. I mean, this is tradingview.com, and you sign up to make a free account, and you can save all your trend lines and stuff like that. So when we come back on Wednesday, we'll have all our trend lines still, and we can look at it again. So okay, let's go to the daily time frame on this stock. Let's see. I kind of want to move these trend lines around so that this was on what, the monthly? Was that right? Yeah. So these trend lines are on the monthly. Let's go into the daily, and so far on the daily, we could kind of ignore this one, I guess. We did break through it though. We are kind of breaking through it / testing it on the monthly time frame. We're testing it on the monthly, but let's delete it right now. We are technically breaking through it. What I'm looking at is this uptrend right here though. We have a nice little uptrend going, or we have support going right here. We have a support right here, and we have support right here. And like I was talking about, this was probably Robinhood, I'm guessing, or the short squeeze day, and then downtrend. So it basically follows AMC and I'm not going to call them the meme stocks. I'll call them the short squeeze stocks. Let's see, because that's what they are. So, all right, this looks like AMC. This looks like AMC before it broke out, actually, because we had on AMC, we had that huge pump, and then we had like a downtrend, and it was kind of just going sideways, and we were waiting for a breakout in like this in a triangle pattern, very similar to this, very similar. And so what we had was a triangle pattern. Are they saying that this is like the next Is this on? Are they talking about this on Wall Street Bets? I should probably look it up. But right here we have a breakout. So it looks like we're breaking this triangle. This didn't come all the way up right here per se, but we did get the resistance right here. We got resistance right here, and then we're getting the support right here, and we got support right here. It looks very similar to the AMC stock and the GameStop stock, I guess you could say. I haven't looked at GameStop really either. It's really, I feel like these stocks are really which ones are like which one's hyped right now, and any one of them could get pretty much short squeezed. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's probably super shorted, I guess. But yeah, it broke the trend line right here, so I don't know. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. We have a trend line going up right here as well. We can move this trend line right here. We can target from the top to the bottom of this triangle pretty much. Drag that to the breakout. And that pretty much came up to the target right here at like 8.91 somewhere. I mean, that was the target, but the price only came up to 8.67. Very close though. What would we be looking at right now? Let's say if we were trying to like really day trade this right now, it looks like we got resistance right here, so we'd be probably looking at a level to buy back at, possibly. Maybe right here would be another previous support, or right here somewhere at $6, the $6 area. Maybe 569. If it breaks below it, maybe it'll get us some support right there, if that's what you're kind of wondering. Because we did get a breakout, but it is kind of trending to the downside slightly on a smaller time frame. But we also aren't breaking this trend line right here. Maybe look at that for support. Let's see. Okay, so we have this support going like this, and then maybe it'll get some support right here at this level at maybe 6.40, somewhere around there. So 6.40, $6, 5.69. These are some of the levels that I'd be watching on Express ENC. Ticker symbol EXPR. Excuse me. They sold what? Talk. Let's see what. They sold what? Talk. Yeah, it seems like see, and I haven't even really, I don't know much about this. I could just see it from the chart because those big spikes, that's very short squeeze. That looks like the short squeeze, basically. If we go to Nokia, it's something very similar where we got this huge spike and then we came back down and just kind of traded down. And then I feel like once people dump these other, like, once they get tired of AMC, I don't know if they're going to get tired of AMC. I mean, what happened to GameStop? Let's see how GameStop played out, because I think that like it's like GameStop and then it's like AMC. See, GameStop didn't even break out of this trend line, this triangle pattern. You know what I mean? I've been watching this triangle pattern on AMC as well. Let's go to the was this on the weekly time frame? Yeah. So GameStop might be even next too, because we haven't seen GameStop. And with AMC, this is what I was watching on AMC, is like a triangle pattern, something like this. We had the short squeeze day and then kind of downtrend sideways action. And then with AMC, we actually broke this triangle pattern. And ever since then, that's when we got the big moves. So, I mean, I wonder if we could get the same thing with GameStop, where we drag this triangle, you know, and it looks like I already kind of thought about that, where we get that triangle target from the top to the bottom of that triangle, drag that to the upside, and we're looking at a target of around 530. And the previous high, the all-time high right here, what was this at? This is at around 486. So I mean, it wasn't that far that we were here before. So, and I'm not sure with GameStop what's going on with it as well. I'm just looking at the patterns and I'm looking at the trend lines. And the time frames pretty much. Yeah, let's take a look at SNDL. I actually hold some SNDL as well. Let's take a look at that. I haven't actually looked at it. It's been trending down, so I kind of a lot of these stocks that I have on Webull and stuff like that, I kind of just bought them and kind of forgot them, which is probably good. Oh, actually, check it out. Cool. Let me see. Let me get rid of these horizontal lines so we can take a little bit better look. Because these green horizontal lines are actually lines that I actually bought some at. Whoops. Oh, more up here. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah. Hold up 1 second. Oh, in general, Sundial looks crazy. I don't know what's... did they have like a stock split or something? I don't know much about stocks. This looks crazy to me. And one time I made a video and someone was like, no, that's a stock split and something like that. So I don't know if that's what happened with this stock or what. So we might want to just take a look at the more recent price action. But sometimes in like this kind of action, you could kind of do a possible Fibonacci retracement. I don't know if this is valid because it might be a stock split like I was telling you. Let's see. Fibonacci retracement. I haven't done the Fibonacci retracement in a while. I need to start bringing that back. And then, so yeah, we would drag from the top to the bottom, look at something like that, and maybe we'd be looking at like a target at this 50% level at like 6.60 or something like that. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure on what's going on with this stock in this area right here. So this Fibonacci retracement, I don't know. That might not be valid. Let me get rid of this. Hold up 1 second. Where is this at? Let's take a look at the more recent chart action on Sundial. We're on the weekly time frame. And we had, let me look at the daily, get a more detailed view. And so what I was looking at is a falling wedge right here. And we broke out right here, but we kind of, we went up and then we got rejected right here. And this is around this previous resistance right here. We got resistance right here and resistance right here. We also got resistance in this area right here as well, but we didn't quite make it that far. So that's what I'm saying with these falling wedges. Usually, like textbook, I think is the top of the wedge. But in my experience, or what I've seen a lot is, especially in the stocks, it seems like that it's usually like a previous resistance level more than the all-time high of the wedge. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we pretty much got that resistance right there. Anyways, after that, after we hit this resistance right here, we've been trending to the downside, and we actually broke this trend line going to the upside right here. We had an uptrend going like this. We broke that trend line going downward as well. So what I was looking at is this trend line going like this. It looks like we broke above it for right now. So let's see if we can hold this upward movement going something like that. We have this little support going like right here. Let's kind of get rid of a few of these lines so we can kind of just focus on what we're actually focusing on. Let's see. So with this one, we came down and pretty much broke it right here. So yeah, let's get rid of this one. I think we can maybe do more something like this if we're doing like a bottom, something like this. You know what I mean? Because we have this support right here, and then we have this support right here. So that gives us this bottom trend line, something like that. That gives me this bottom trend line. That's what I'm looking at. And so maybe we'll keep getting support right there, because technically we are trending down. I mean, we're trending down sideways. We did get support right here, and we came up right here. Actually, this trend line right here, this upward trend line, is the start, looks like the start of a what is it called? I'm kind of going for too long. I'm starting to forget my words. It looks like the start of a reversal. Excuse me. So yeah, like basically, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to hold this trend line. It's possible it breaks it. I could be totally wrong. But check out this little trend. We have high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. See, we got that bottom right there, and then now we're getting high, low. If this is the high and then we get the low, then I guess that's another reversal going to the downside. However, this little thing right here looks like a reversal to me. This little support right there, because we started to break that trend of getting just like wrecked. You know what I mean? We got a higher high, basically higher than this one over here. Anyways, we didn't get one higher than this one, so we're not completely reversing, but maybe this is the start of a recovery. We could also get this kind of support right here. We had support right here and we have support right here. So this is another trend line we can kind of watch. Let's get rid of these lines right here, because I guess they're kind of invalid pretty much right now, and we're more looking at maybe a downtrend, something like this. I'm kind of just doing this on the fly. I haven't looked at this stock in a while, so yeah, maybe we're in this kind of sideways triangle, something like that. You know what I mean? It looks like we're testing this bottom right here. Maybe we'll come up and test this top resistance right here at maybe like 1.25. If we can keep holding the support, look at what we have right here. The day, ouch, spit my tongue. On the daily time frame, we have this 9 moving average right here, and we broke below it, and ever since then we've been trending down. Let's see if we broke with a weekly right here. What happened right here that gave us this downtrend? Because we have a trend line, but is it on the weekly 9 moving average or the monthly, hourly? What happened right there? Is that a 180 moving average somewhere? I'm just curious what gave us resistance right here. We had resistance right here, so I guess that's what I'm just like looking for a moving average to kind of make sense of why we got resistance right there. But I don't see anything that tells me. What I was looking at though is this daily 9 moving average. Right here we got this resistance that I'm not sure. My moving averages, excuse me, my moving averages aren't telling me why we got this resistance right here, but we started trending down and we broke this 9 moving average right here. We found support on this trend line with this support right here, or I guess we got support on this 180 moving average, you can say, because look at right here, 180 moving average and the 180 moving average right here. So the daily time frame 180 moving average might be something to keep your eye on. And let's see. Basically, what else? Oh yeah, so we're above the 9 moving average right now. That's a good sign for me in general. Like I've been talking about on this video, when we're below the 9 moving average, I don't like that. When we're above it, that's good. And if we go to the weekly, we're above the 9 moving average as well. The monthly, above the 9 moving average as well. So in my book, in my opinion, it's looking pretty decent. The only thing I guess we have to worry about is this downtrend right here, this trend line, right? This white trend line. Once we break above that, I think we should be okay. I think we should be good. Hopefully we can come up, test that, break through that, and then we should be. I think we might have resistance right here and resistance right here, but I'm not sure where this stock can go. Like I was talking about, it seems like, I don't know. I'm curious what happened right here. I don't think these. I'm curious why this was so high. They've also been probably not giving out stocks, but selling shares. I think they sold shares somewhere in this area or something like that. So yeah, I'm not sure, but I've been holding shares for a while. I have a video where I talk about I did I bought some like at, I think it was like a dollar, what was it, like a $1.05, I think it was somewhere in this area. Yeah, I could pretty much pinpoint what happened on the chart. And so I bought it in this area right here, like a $1.05, because this was pretty much the Robin Hood. I call them the Robin Hood stocks, the short squeeze stocks that Robin Hood wouldn't let you buy, and they would only let you sell stocks. Probably somewhere right here. And I was watching a stream, and someone was like, SNDL, SNDL, or like everyone in the chat was SNDL. They were saying that, and so I went and picked some up, and I picked up 100 shares, and then I was like, oh, I want to try selling covered calls. So you basically put up your shares on a contract, and if the price goes up, then people can buy your shares at a higher price, and you make a little bit of money, but it's not. It's like you make a little bit of money, and they make a lot of bit of money. And so basically, I was like, okay, I bought 100 shares right here, did covered calls, and then the price went up, and yeah, the contracts got the contracts got filled, or whatever. I don't know the language for contracts off the top of my head, but yeah, they got, I want to say liquidated. Is that what happens? Liquidated. So they basically, I'm looking for that word, but I can't remember it. Anyways, they sold my shares for the price. They basically bought my shares for, I think I did it something like right here. So I made like a little bit of money. Like I sold options for right here. I bought them down here, but I sold them at this price up here. And so that's where they bought them, and then they sold probably like somewhere up here. So they made all this money. And then I made pretty much this money, plus a small little the fee that you get when you sell a contract. So that was a pretty funny lesson. Basically, the what you, not what you don't want to happen, but the way you can lose money or lose profits, lose out on money, is how I lost out on money with that short selling covered calls. But it was a pretty good lesson. It was a very interesting lesson. I think that was like, if you want something to go bad in options, that's probably the best one that can go bad, is where you sell covered calls, the price goes up, they take your profits pretty much, and you get a smaller amount of profits. But yeah, very interesting. And so what happened after that is, I think I bought a little bit more shares in here, and then I bought some more shares when it was coming down in here and stuff like that. So I've been kind of dollar cost averaging in general. When I saw these lower levels, I was like, I'll buy some more. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see if we can break this trend line right here going to the upside. Maybe we can target a triangle pattern. Let's see. Let's do something like this. I mean, a lot of possibilities here. Especially when you're looking at the chart for so long, you can kind of come up with a bunch of possibilities. So, I mean, in general, let's say it takes forever to break out of this pattern. We don't break out of it till down here, maybe 2.50. I don't know. I really don't know. We'll have to wait and see. In general, like I said, I think I got mostly into it because of Robin Hood, the short squeeze stocks and stuff like that, and then plus that that lesson that I learned, that I got, basically that lesson that I got in covered calls. I think that's another thing that kept me into this stock and made me. So I made a little bit of money here. I put some profits back into it, basically, is what I'm saying, and kind of just waiting it out. And like I was also saying, I this is on my Webull account, and I don't even really touch my Webull account. I don't really care about it. I'm not trading stocks really. I'm mainly just trading crypto, because you can only trade stocks once a day or whatever, and there's all kinds of rules pretty much. At least with crypto, I can trade it multiple times a day if I feel like it. If I don't feel like it, I don't have to. Yeah, and then so what was the other thing I was gonna look at? Sundial. And let's see, how long have I been streaming? Been going for like an hour. Do you guys have any other stocks you want to talk about? I used to do a lot of what's it called? Dividend stocks. Excuse me. Just take a little water break if I'm gonna go longer. If you guys want me to go longer. And so this was one of my big ones on my dividend stock. And this is one, I don't know if you guys are into stocks or not, but, or if you guys like Walgreens Boots Alliance, but so let's see, in general, we had a huge like falling wedge here, and this really got me like into Walgreens Boots Alliance. This was pretty much COVID, I think, this area down here. And yeah, I think it was all in here. And so what I was looking at is this falling wedge, and once we broke above that, I was like, cool. And so I had accumulated down here, like this was probably one of my bigger accumulations as far as stocks go. And all right, we'll take a look at NEO 1 second. And so I had accumulated this one, like one of my bigger ones, as my dividend portfolio. And yeah, we broke above it right here, and it was just going super slow. So I was like, whatever. We had uptrends and then downtrends and then ups. It was just going slow. I mean, from this breakout right here to breakout 35%. I mean, that's cool and that's good. But like, we're talking about since like COVID, guys. Like, if I would have put like this money into Bitcoin instead of this, I would have 10x'd it. You know what I mean? So yeah, like, wait, is this COVID? Yeah, March 2020. I mean, if we go to Bitcoin and look at March 2020, where's it at? March 20, somewhere around here. This is COVID. You know what I mean? Or the COVID dump, should I say. So like, instead of, if I would have just put my money into Bitcoin, which I had conviction in the first place, instead of playing around with stocks, it would have been this big old giant huge move. Let's say I didn't even time it perfectly. Let's say we waited till like the recovery. I mean, even if we waited till after the recovery and not even the perfect timing, right here, from here to here, where we're at right now, even 290, almost 300%, 298%. So yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know about stocks anymore. But we're looking at the down. We're looking, if you buy up here, then you're looking at massive downside too. So either way. Let's see, what else do we got? So yeah, Walgreens Boots Alliance. The one thing I was watching on Walgreens Boots Alliance, though, if you're into stocks and that's your thing, the cool thing about Walgreens is it gives you dividends. So like, if you have, I think I used to have like, I didn't have much in here. I think it was like $100 or something like that, or maybe it was maybe like a couple hundy, and it used to give me like maybe $1 or $2 every couple months. You know what I mean? So yeah, I at first that was kind of attractive because it was like, oh, you're gonna get dividends. It's cool because you're getting dividends. But like I was saying, if I would have just put money into Bitcoin down here, and because this is May, and look at the other thing. Look how much chart action we get from COVID. Where is it at? COVID is right here. Look how much chart action we get from on the stocks compared to like Bitcoin, where we had this big old huge like massive of other like chart going on, this whole other like year's worth of Walgreens going on while Walgreens is still doing this. I just find that funny. So yeah, I think that's another reason why I kind of drop my stocks. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about before we move on to NEO is if we go over here, it's a gap down, and it formed a gap down right here, and we still have not filled this gap right here. So the price was around 81.60 one day, and then after hours or maybe the weekend trading or whatever it was, next day gapped down and the price was 80.13. So yeah, I mean, I think the gap downs are more you want to look at the, I think in general what I've heard is the gap downs are more relevant than the gap ups. So like let's say we form, the price is one price and then there's a gap right here and then the price comes right here. That'd be a gap up and this is a gap down pretty much. Hopefully you guys kind of get that. I mean, kind of pick that up. And so yeah, whenever you see these gaps in the chart, and we don't see it on crypto because they trade 24/7, but if you go to like there's a Bitcoin CME chart, and I never really look at that. Let's take a look at it real quick. But because this is actually an indicator too. But oh, we actually have a gap right here. Is anyone talking about that, or is anyone, have you guys heard anyone talking about this? There's a gap right here. I didn't even see that. See, this is why I like these streams, because it gets like I have to push and like look at chart action. I mean, I have to look at these charts for half an hour, an hour and a half or whatever. But and this is a good thing. So look, we have a gap right here, and this is on the Bitcoin chart. So there is a gap at 48,390 approximately. Let's actually put one of these little what are they called? Like this is a pretty cool little tool that I've found in TradingView. So we have a price label tool, and if you click that and then we click where we're wanting to put it at, boom, we can put a price label. So that way, if you're doing stuff like what I'm doing, or even if you want to look at it, the price moves depending on where you put it on the chart. So if we just put it right at that dot, right where we got that at the bottom right there, it's at 48,445. So basically the question is, when are we going to come back and fill this gap? Because the theory is that the gap gets filled. That the gap always gets filled. So what the price needs to do is come back up, touch 48,445, and then who knows what it's going to do. You know what I mean? It could go back down or it could go up. That's basically how I think about the gap, or like the gap theory in general. Okay, and so let me kind of break this down a little bit better. If you're not familiar with it, let me know if you are familiar with it and you kind of know what's up. So right here, the price was 48,445, and then the next, what is it? This was the weekend. Exactly. So on the weekend, the price went down and we created a gap. And so we have a gap down. And I hope that makes sense pretty much. So yeah, that makes me actually bullish on Bitcoin. Pretty much crypto in general. I wonder if we have something like that on the total market cap. Let's go look for something like that on the total market cap real quick, and then we'll go to Doge, and then we'll go to Neo. Yeah, see, we don't have that on the total crypto market cap because we don't have the CME. I mean, the crypto market cap is getting traded at all times. So yeah, I don't the total, yeah, exactly, the CME gap. Hey, what's up, man? Got some familiar faces. Welcome back, guys. All right, let's see. Let me take a look at Neo. Sorry, you've probably been waiting for a while on Neo. Oops, let's keep that box right there. And let's see what's up with the total crypto market cap since we've been streaming. So let's see, if you were here before, we were talking about how in the total crypto market cap, we have this downtrend going like this, but we are testing this downtrend right here on the daily. And we also have this 180 moving average right here. So the other thing I was looking at, we have this sideways action like this, and then we kind of fell down and have this sideways action like this. I'm wondering if we're going to be able to bounce up and get into this sideways action right here, and then maybe break out of this sideways action right here and start heading back to the upside. That's just like a theory I was thinking about like last night, I think it was, or something like that. But we still need to break this W pattern like I was talking about earlier. Let's go to Neo. Sorry, I kind of jump around. Oh, Neo looks nice. I remember people were getting mad at me for doing Neo when we got the resistance up here, and I haven't done a video on this in a while, but I on my stream, I looked at this and I was like, I should do a video because we broke the resistance right here. And look at, we've still been trending to the upside. Right here, we're getting some nice support. We got support on this 180 moving average, it looks like, on the daily time frame. So let's see what can give us a better idea, because this daily time frame, so I look at this 9 moving average a lot, you guys know that, and it looks like we're going in and out of it pretty much. So what do we do when it's going in and out of it? I guess right here we broke above it and we've been getting some clear support, but we broke below it right here. In general, this little uptrend right here looks pretty good. We're back above this daily 9 moving average. But like I said, when we go in and out of the 9 moving average, what do? We go up to the next time frame. So let's go up to the weekly time frame. And as you can see right here, this looks way more clear. We broke above it down here, clear uptrend. We broke up below this 9 moving average, and I'm talking about this 9 moving average. If you're following, I mean, if hopefully I don't lose you guys. If I ever lose you guys, please don't be afraid to ask questions. This is exactly what I'm here for. So we broke below it right here, and then ever since then we've been downtrending. And then right here, and this is basically, okay, this is actually what I'm getting at with the Bitcoin, crypto, all this stuff in general. When we got this resistance up here, people were mad at me because I did the Fibonacci retracement and I was saying we need to look at this 50% level at 34 I think it was 3460 or something like that. And because this, I might have changed, I mean, it might have moved around a little bit. Every time you do technical analysis, it kind of moves around. Anyways, people were mad at me because the price was like right here, and I was like, we're going to want to look for some support right here at this 50% level. And that's basically what happened. And so, yeah, I mean, I have a video on there, and it's actually one of my classics, I think, because I got so many downvotes and just a bunch of like bad comments and stuff. It's actually still funny. I kind of still like to look at it sometimes. But anyways, we got this for support right here, and in general, let me tie it back to crypto and Bitcoin in general. We're looking at the weekly time frame. We're looking at this 9 moving average right here. Look what happened. Let's pretend this is Bitcoin and we're not, and we don't have, or the crypto in general. Like, we're basically doing this. You know what I mean? We broke below on crypto this 9 moving average on the weekly time frame, and so that's what this is. We broke below it right here, and I was talking about it all in this area. We don't want to get bullish until we can break this weekly 9 moving average. And look what happened, guys. Now we can finally start getting bullish, and we've been above this for a couple weeks now. Look at what happened when we broke above this moving average. Boom, green candle city. So basically, I think what we're looking at now, though, is this bottom trend line right here. We have this resistance right here. Let's go into a deeper dive into this. We can see this a little better. You can see what I'm looking at, or my thought process. We have this resistance right here, and we have this resistance right here. We get this small little we get this small little line right there, and we drag it all the way. We drag it all the way out until basically we're at our price right here. And so what I'm looking at is a little resistance, possibly right here. Possible resistance. This also lines up with this red, what is it? 23% level on the Fibonacci retracement. So who knows if we get rejected right here and have to come down and retest this downtrend right here. In general, it looks like it looks like we have nice momentum. So like what I would do is maybe go to like a 4-hour time frame, maybe do an uptrend going something like this. It looks like we broke this uptrend right here going to the downside, but it was maybe more of a fake out, and now we can kind of move the trend line, move the goalpost pretty much, as I like to joke around, and kind of do something like this. So now we still have the support right here, and now we're still trending up. So what I would be watching, I'm not trading this. I do own some Neo, and it's kind of like that. Forget it. I'm probably getting closer to my break-even level, I think. I bought it somewhere in here. And basically, if I was trading this, I'd be watching this uptrend like this, and then I'd be watching this trend line right here from this resistance all over here. And this may not look like much, but this trend line might come into play. It's possible. In general, I think I'm looking at something like this on the bigger time frame though. Which is something like this kind of triangle pattern, this sideways triangle. We got something like this, something like this, something like this. That's why I'm kind of saying, are we going to break through right here, or are we just going to continue this kind of sideways triangle pattern, which could eventually break to the upside. I'm not saying that we're going to go to the downside or anything. It's actually probably good fundamentals for... I haven't really done my fundamental research on NEO in a while or anything like that. I know, electric vehicles in general, I think the fundamentals are there, but it just depends on which ones. I kind of got burned on Nikola. I should have just taken profits. I was just stupid for not taking profits. I was up I think I was up a couple 100% on Nikola, and I was like, oh, this is the future, and I'm just gonna do this long term. I was like, oh, stonks, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, cool, stonks. And then it started crashing, and it was just a bunch of, I kind of want to look at that now, just for old time's sakes, just to kind of make fun of it a little bit. Not really, but let's see, what is it? Nikola, NLKA. That's what it is. Is that right? What is it, Nikola, NKLA, that's what it was. This is even getting its little uptrend. It's coming back from the dead. I thought this was going to be zero. Getting a little short squeeze, I guess. Let's see. Let's do some technical analysis on Nikola just for fun. Please don't buy it. No, I don't know. Maybe it is a buy. I don't know. Maybe it's going through a short squeeze right now. Look at this. We have like a downtrend. We have this huge downtrend going like this. And see, this is where, let me show you what happened to me, or I don't know. So I think I bought it. It was like really good. It was like $15, I think it was. I think I bought it in this area right here. And then it went up like, it was just running hard. It had a first run, boom, and then it caught support, boom, running extremely hard, hundreds of percent. I had positions in different brokers too. I had one on M1 Finance and one on Robinhood and stuff like that. I think my M1 Finance was the really good one. And so anyways, it was, which made me want to go long term. You know what I mean? That M1 Finance to me is more of like a long term, it seems like, kind of broker. I mean, that's what I was kind of using it as anyways. I was using it for my dividend stocks, and now I kind of switched over to ARK. But let me kind of finish on what I was saying. I bought down here, went up huge. I did not take any profits, and then it just kept on going down, and I was like, oh, it's going down, maybe I should like buy some more. And I bought some more on Robinhood, I think maybe somewhere like right here. And then it went up, and then it started going down again. And I don't remember what happened. I think it was like right here. I wanted to take profits, and I was working like full time at the time, and I just wasn't paying attention. I just didn't have stop losses or anything like that. I wanted to sell, and I got busy with work. Like I had to do like an IT call or whatever, and it just started crashing, and I was like, oh no. And then I was like, all right, whatever, just hold on to it, whatever. And so finally, after a while, I was like, you know what? I think it went up like right here. And I was like, okay, just get my money back. And it was like, I took like a small loss, but it was a lot less. And then pretty much ever since then, it's just, I mean, in general, it's just been downtrending. But like I said, we have this huge downtrend going like this. Let's take a look on like the daily or the weekly. Maybe we'll get some like candles. We get some bodies, kind of something like this. See, we have a downtrend going like this. Every time we came up to this line, rejection right here, rejected, all right here, resistance, rejection slash resistance. All right, so it looks like we're breaking out right here, and it also looks like we broke the weekly 9 moving average right there. Not we, I'm not gonna buy any, but the metaphorical we. Anytime I say we, it's metaphor, the metaphorical. But yeah, it actually looks like whoever's trading this right here has a nice little. That's 52% right there since this little uptrend, but there's probably going to be some resistance like right here, maybe right here. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I should probably do some research. Let's see if I wonder if they had good news or something like that to actually give them some fundamentals behind what this is. Let's take a look at, since we're taking a look at kind of short squeeze stocks, what about Nokia? You guys like Nokia? Palantir's another one that we can check out. I don't think that's a short squeeze stock, but that's like another, I don't know, it's like, that's a ARC stock, I think. That's one of those ARC stocks, an ARC chasing stock. Yeah, with this Nokia. Okay, so we have two different things we're kind of looking at right here. We have this downtrend going something like this, and we actually broke right here, and this is on the monthly time frame, so that's good. The weekly time frame, let's go a little bit more detailed. And like I was saying with stocks, this is just like, it seems like this is just going to take forever to play out. We have this pattern, something like this. We have a bottom right there and another bottom right here. This support right there, support right here. Get that trend line. Whoops. Get the trend line, drag it to the bottom, something like that. Now we're looking at a triangle, something like this. This is my opinion. And let's see. So what are we looking at now? Looking pretty bullish, I think. We broke above the 180 moving average, and then we're riding this 9 moving average. We broke above the 9 moving average right here, and then we broke above the 180 moving average right here. So basically we got that cross in the good direction instead of getting the 9 crossing the 180 in the bad direction. We got it going to the upside. And so maybe now the 180 moving average will keep holding support as the 9 moving average holds support as well. So maybe we could get something like that. I don't know. Or let's say maybe if it breaks the 9 moving average, the 180 moving average will hold support now. Do you kind of get how I use the moving averages a little bit? So yeah, that's basically my strategy with the moving averages, is kind of watch them to see when they break and kind of look for support as they touch them. And when they break, like I said, as we break them, then we know we're not holding support on them pretty much. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh yeah, so let's keep going with this Nokia. Let's go to the weekly. It's hard to kind of do the chart analysis. Well, it's kind of hard to do the targets because the time frames are so huge and the price hasn't really been moving. I would say maybe we could target from right here to right here. Maybe target to the breakout. Looking at a target of around 7.70, which brings us up to this previous resistance, all this little zone right here. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm not saying to go buy Nokia, but because I've been kind of accumulating it since this short squeeze thing, like I was talking about. The short squeeze happened right here, and then we came back down. I think I bought some like right here, and then sold some like somewhere over here. I made a pretty good profit just real quick off a stream, just watching a stream, and then it came back down, and I bought some more, and then it kind of has been moving down. But right now we're actually in a good price because I was buying some actually like down here. So I should look at that position again. It's probably up pretty decent. Not huge, I'm not putting Bitcoin money into it, but yeah. All right, let me see what time I'm on. I'm getting a little bit not tired, but kind of fatigued. Do you guys have anything you want me to look at before we call it a day? Or should we look at anything else before we sign off? Do you guys Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's see what other big movers we have. Oh, what's AMC doing? Oh, that was just 9% from testing that bottom. We're still testing that top trend line right now. But this is looking pretty good. We got 9% today. And then what else do we got? Mara. Do you guys mess around with Mara? Oh, actually, look at Mara. This is actually looking pretty good. Check out Mara. We had... Let me delete everything on here because I actually don't think I... Although this is pretty good chart stuff right here that we have. So we have a uptrend going right here. This is Mara. So I keep on saying that. And then we had a downtrend going like this. We broke this trend right here. And ever since then, we're pretty much going... Like, we have this support going upwards. And we've been going slight trend upward. And we got some resistance right here. Resistance right here. And resistance right here. Every time I did that, pretty much, I drug this trend line from right there, right there, right there. It looks like we're breaking it again. So is this just going to be another kind of like fake out of this trend line right here? Or I mean of this kind of trend, this downtrend? I guess we really want to break this area right here at around 36.41, this Fibonacci level right there. In general, though, we did get resistance right here, and we are breaking this trend line. Okay, so basically, let's forget about that. So that's the thing. What I do in my videos, sometimes I'll like say something, and I'll be like, let's not talk about that. Let's kind of just focus on something else. Let's focus on what we actually have right now. We have a uptrend going something like this. And I'm not even invested in this. I don't even know why I'm covering this. It's because it's Bitcoin related, I guess. But it is trending to the upside. And I don't know. That's basically what I'm looking at. I think if we can break above this area right here, that'll be the next kind of area we're going to be testing at 36.41, I think. Because of this previous resistance right there and pretty much right here in general. And then we'll have to look at that all-time high again if we can break through that. All right, Bitcoin to Dogecoin. I checked that out earlier. Let's give it another little quick peek. Dogecoin to Bitcoin. And let's see. Yeah, so I think like I was talking about earlier, if you go back and rewatch my streams, and you guys, I need some more watch time. If you guys can hook it up and go rewatch my streams or whatever, just go throw it on, put it on mute, and let it play. That'd be awesome. But let me. Oh yeah, so I was telling you earlier in my stream that I've been getting faked out on Dogecoin quite a bit. So like we have this downtrend going like this. Okay, so we have resistance right here. We have resistance right here. That's this trend line we have to break right there in general. And I think that kind of probably lines up with the weekly 9 moving average. I have a feeling that this is going to line up with this trend line right here. This weekly 9 moving average is probably going to line up with this. And then so we have that trend line to worry about. The next thing we have to worry about is all this resistance right here. So we have this downtrend going like this, and right here we actually broke above this trend line and this daily 9 moving average. However, we did get more resistance right there. We just kind of faked out almost. That's what I've been talking about. We've been kind of faking out. So what I'm thinking is we maybe have to drag this trend line, maybe something like that, to signify that this is now resistance. We haven't... I'm not sure. We got resistance right there. We're going sideways and we're still getting that resistance. So let's see if we break to the downside or if we break to the upside. Basically of this resistance right here and this support of this moving average right there. Pretty much like at 714 Satoshis, somewhere around there, something like that. Something like approximately something like that. You guys get what I'm saying. And so So yeah, I think we are in a downtrend compared to Bitcoin still. We did break above this daily moving average though. And we are testing this downtrend right now. The other thing I'm looking at is we have this support right here and we have this support right here. Maybe we can be looking at some sort of some sort of support line going something like this, and maybe we're in like some sort of sideways triangle, something like this. This is very interesting doing the stream and the technical analysis on the fly, because this is like a live reaction pretty much, or basically live technical analysis, because I'm just seeing this stuff for the first time right now pretty much, and I could be wrong, guys. I just focus on basic technical analysis, doing support and resistance lines and drawing trend lines. When we break trend lines, I buy and I sell, or take profits, should I say. I don't usually short. I don't usually talk about shorting on my channel. If I buy up here, if I bought up here and the price starts going down, I'm probably just going to hold it out, or I shouldn't have bought the whole stock in general. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just my opinion. I know, you can also use this to your advantage. Like if we have this trend line going like this and we break it going to the downside right here, you can short it, and then you short right here and you buy back somewhere right here. But in my opinion, that's very risky. In my opinion, I'm not good enough to do that. And I don't know when to buy back usually. And in general, I start thinking, what if we can go lower? And I think I start getting greedy when we start going to the downside. So my new strategy has been risk management, buy smaller positions, and then you can have more options. Let's go take a look at Cardano. I don't think we've looked at that today yet. This is on Coinbase, which is like a smaller chart. Let's go to the Tether one on, what is it? Binance? Let's see, where we at? Oh, okay, Cardano to Tether on Binance. And yeah, so all these orange lines are basically lines that I was kind of looking at as possible limit orders because of previous support levels. So we have this level right here, this level right here, and this level right here, and this level right here. And that's at pretty much 99 cents, somewhere around there. But in general, we've been talking about in crypto and the whole crypto market in general, we have this downtrend going something like this, and we're testing that trend line right now, guys. Right now on the daily time frame, let's get rid of this trend line real quick. We can reevaluate, because this one wasn't even that perfect anyways. It looks like we're kind of breaking out, faking out in this area right here, so we can kind of move this trend line. But let's get rid of it for right now and focus on the moving averages. We actually hit this target right here, so let's get rid of this one right here. We can get rid of this top trend right there, that area right there. Who cares about that right now? All right, so we have, and let's also, like I said, 99 cents, 84 cents, 68 cents, 31 cents. These are previous support levels before I get rid of these zones. Like I was saying, let me get rid of these levels right here too, so we can kind of focus up. You know what I mean? I like having my chart as basic as we possibly can, kind of, and I do those horizontal lines to mostly signify where I'm either going to buy or where I have bought in the past, so I can kind of just have a visual on where I bought and where the price is compared to, and I could do my percentage gains and percentage loss so far and stuff like that. But anyways, let's take a look at Cardano. We have this support going, whoops, wrong tool. That's the trend line tool. So let's get the marker tool, and we have this support going like this. We have this support right there, support right there, support right there, support right there. We've been getting support all in this area. And I had a limit order at, I think it was 105 or something like that. And we got, let me zoom in more. Let me show you where and what happened. So I had a limit order at like 105. We had this support all in that area like I was telling you about. So right here, when we were trending to the downside, I was wondering where I should put a limit order in, kind of like how I talk about in my videos. And I put a limit, I found the previous support right here. So I put in a limit order at 1.05 or something like that. And luckily, it did happen to find support right there, and we moved up. And and actually it was right here, we moved up. And we started trending to the downside right here. And I think this was in my last stream. You guys might have even been, maybe you were in here, and I was saying, oh, we broke this moving average. Maybe I should just take some profits and just, you know what I mean, take some profits real quick. This isn't my only position in Cardano, so let's not get greedy. Let's take the profits from there to there and see what happens. Let's be on the safe side. And so what I did is took the profits, and yeah. So now I guess I'm looking for more of a re-entry, or I don't know, maybe just looking to see what it's doing. I'm looking more at Dogecoin more than Cardano these days, but we do have this downtrend going something like this. Let's see, let's check out the 4-hour time frame. In general, it's a downtrend, and we are testing it. So like this is the 4-hour right here. Let's take a look at the daily. The weekly? Okay, this makes sense too. Let's even just get rid of this trend line still. Let's stay on the moving averages. Alright, so we have this weekly moving average, and I should just keep hammering this. I should just put a little sticky note on my screen or something that says weekly moving averages. Do not get bullish until we break the moving average of the weekly time frame. I'm starting to get lightheaded from talking so much. 1 second, let me catch my breath. Oh, my neck's starting to hurt from leaning into the microphone too. All right, so what I'm talking about, this weekly moving average, and then this, all right, my mouse just, sensitivity just moved. Oh, I got all lightheaded for a second. 1 second, guys. All right, it's because I'm talking so fast and like I'm not pulling in the oxygen that I'm exhaling, and I've already been doing this for coming up on 2 hours. All right, so what I've been talking about is this 9 moving average on the weekly time frame, and basically in general, the total crypto market, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, I think all of them, we're looking at this weekly 9 moving average right here, and until we break above it, we don't really want to get bullish, or at least it's maybe go sideways, or I just want to see this weekly 9 moving average get closer to the price, kind of like we saw with Neo, and then break through it. And then we can start kind of, I don't know, maybe forming a different pattern or something like that. But yeah, I think that's the real thing that we want to look at. And until then, I'm assuming that we're trending to the downside. But like I said, we are testing this trend line. And if we can start, you know, once we break this trend line, maybe that's the start of a reversal. Then maybe we can start testing this weekly moving average. We could get rejected by it a couple times. Maybe hold support on this bigger down. I mean, this trend line right here. Maybe we'll hold support on that one. You know what I mean? So maybe we come up, get rejected, like we get like a little fake out going, get rejected, start holding support on this trend line again, and then fight that weekly moving average again. I don't know. That's just what I am thinking. That's just my opinion. So yeah. All right, but I definitely need some water. I've been kind of, I think what I've noticed on my videos in general is I like it when I talk faster because I'm delivering the information faster, and I feel like when I start to slow down, the video starts to go slower, and that makes you want to like click off. You know what I mean? So I don't want to do that. I want to deliver this information fast. I want to be snapping this information out as fast as possible, and I want to be like just cranking it out. The other thing, I don't know, do you guys like ARC? What do you guys think about ARC? Like ARKK and stuff like that. Pretty much Tesla. It's a Tesla ETF, or I don't know. I mean, they whatchamacallit, but this is looking actually pretty nice. I'm wondering if this is a flag pattern, or even just like some sort of continuation pattern where, you know what I mean? Maybe we get from the top to the bottom of this kind of flag-ish pattern, something like that. Maybe drag to the breakout, something like right here. Maybe look at like 231. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. What else? What else do we got? Oh, weekly time frame doesn't show it. Double bottom. You don't trade stocks? Yeah. So I had a bunch of dividend stocks and my M1 Finance account, and I was like, this is taking forever. Like I was talking about earlier. I don't know if you were there while I was talking about Walgreens Boots Alliance, but I was like, this is taking forever. I am out, and I took profits. Like I was in profits on all of them, so it was fine. I took profits, and then I moved into ARK. I think I moved into ARK like somewhere around here, and I didn't mean to. I wanted to dollar cost average, like slowly move into ARK, and slowly move into ARK, and then with M1 Finance, it just moved all my money into ARK, and it was annoying. All right, I looked at Bitcoin earlier, but let's look at it again. And that's the good thing about looking at this chart for a while. You kind of start to see things, and even during the stream, I should honestly, after this stream, make videos, because I've already done the technical analysis for the videos that I usually have to kind of think about for a while, and I'm kind of unsure what to say sometimes. But this is Bitcoin. So we have this downtrend going like this. We have resistance right here. We have resistance right here. I'm guessing this is going to line up with that weekly 9 moving average, something like that. This is probably what we're looking at. It's kind of this 180 moving average too. We have this on the daily time frame. So I'm looking at this 180 moving average on the daily time frame as resistance, as a resistance level. And then if we go into the smaller, like more detailed stuff, like I was talking about, we have, it kind of looks like a W pattern right here, like something like this, a double bottom, guys. So we have this resistance right here, and then we have some sort of support right here. If I go into like a 4-hour time frame, it might look a little more straight, but it's kind of like a triangle pattern / W pattern. If we could break above this resistance right here, I think we could be targeting from the top to the bottom of this W / triangle pattern, and then drag that to the breakout, and we're looking at a target of something like the previous resistance pretty much, which is right around 40. This target goes up to about 41075, which is this previous resistance right here and previous resistance right here. And in general, like I was saying, we have, let's go into like the daily time frame. Let's get rid of this real quick. Let's say we could get up to that time frame. We also have this resistance right here and this resistance right here. Let's see if we could break that trend line as well. That'll be the next trend line we break if we can continue this W recovery kind of pattern thing going on right here, something like that. This mouse has a button to change it's like a gaming mouse, so you could change like the sensitivity, and sometimes I'm like changing it on accident and I'm like, all right. So yeah, I mean, I think hopefully we're looking at some sort of W recovery pattern, hopefully, and we're not looking at some sort of bear flag pattern, something like this, where we got this big downtrend and then this like sideways action. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that it's not a bear flag, because that'll be, I don't know, it'll be a big thing to the downside. And like I said, I don't like shorting, and I don't like selling at losses. So that's just the way I trade. I'd rather accumulate. I do risk management, so I do smaller positions. But yeah, it looks like we're testing. Okay, I it's funny because I flip like bearish and bullish very quickly, and pretty much on short term though. long term, in general, I'm bullish on crypto in general. That's why I do these videos, guys. But it looks like this kind of looks like that total market cap video where we have this downtrend and then we're testing this level right here. It almost looks like a falling wedge too. I don't know. Let me see. Because in the total crypto market cap, the falling wedge was something like, I mean, I had this support right here too, and we did get a little bit of support, but not really. So I guess I could delete that line right there. Whoops. This one's, let's delete this one right here too. Not that. Let's delete that and that. Let's delete this trend line because that didn't really end up holding as much support as I thought it would, or it didn't really do much. So basically, we have this support right here and this support right here, something like that. This is interesting. I wonder if this is like, what if it's like an upside down cup and handle where it's like, this is like the cup and then we're getting like the handle right here. So yeah, I don't think that's a good thing though. I think that'd be a bearish thing. I think it'd be from there to there, drag it to the breakout right there, and it could be going to the downside. Isn't that? That's how that works, right? Cup and handle, something like that. And then you get from here to here, drag that and bring it up here. So yeah, like in a cup and handle, if you guys aren't aware of a cup and handle, it's when the price does something like this, and then it does something like this. It bounces like within this channel, and then you can get this channel like this, something like this. Now we have our cup and our handle. So then we would do from the top of the cup, and we get from the bottom of the cup, from the top to the bottom of the cup, should I say, and then we drag that to the breakout, and we're looking at a target of whatever that is, pretty much from here to here. That's how I target a cup and handle. I rarely look for them. I rarely talk about them. Sometimes if a lot of people are talking about them, I will kind of brush over it. But yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean I agree. I think it almost does look like some sort of like what is it called? A bear trap? A bear trap where like this area right here is the bear trap, where you think it's going to go down and people are just accumulating. But if you really look at the volume, like we got some accumulation in this area right here. We got a nice green candle right here. You know what I mean? And the green candle, if we get these green candles, that's telling us when like the institutions are buying, or when a lot of people are buying in general, I guess, when the money is coming in. And we got a green candle right here, and we got a big red candle right here though, and that was right pretty much at this level right here. So, but like I said, I think there's I don't know if you call it manipulation. I just think there's a lot of price action, chart action in the price, and I like the volatility in Bitcoin in general. I think it's a good thing, but yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen within the next couple of days. Let's go back to the total crypto market cap. I think within the next couple of days though, that we should have a better idea of what's going on. We're testing this uptrend. We're testing this downtrend right here on the daily moving average, and this looks like a falling wedge in my opinion, kind of. So maybe we could get a pump to this upside right here, which would be maybe like around a good 20-25% up move up. I don't sometimes say I'm starting to lose my words. And so yeah, maybe we could look at this previous resistance right there. If we can if we can break this trend line to the upside. We also have these moving averages though, guys. And like I said on Dogecoin, let's go back to Dogecoin real quick. This daily moving average, I mean not the daily, the 4 hour 180 moving average, this is what gave us our resistance last time. Sorry, I hope you guys can follow along. I'm not going too fast. But Dogecoin, 4-hour time frame, 180 moving average right here. And this is what gave us the resistance right here. And what I'm looking at is it looks like we're about to come up and test it. If we keep that uptrend going right here, it looks like we're about to come up and test that 180 moving average right there. So since it gave us previous resistance right there, we might want to think it might give us resistance again right there. Who knows? If it breaks right through it, that'll probably give us some gas fuel to actually move to the upside. I'm not really sure. There was one more thing I was thinking of. Let me think for 1 second before I kind of sign off, I guess. What was I thinking of? Yeah, I can't remember now. Like I was saying, I need the watch hours, guys. If you guys can go hit up my old streams or just go hit up my playlist. I have a playlist that's just streams. Just go hit the playlist and hit play all, and then just let that baby ride. And I just need to accumulate some more watch hours, guys. So if you want to do that for me, that would be cool. If not, it's all good. But I wanted to say something else. What I'm going to be doing now is I want to see when the best time for streaming is, or not when the best time is, but I want to see how this works out, the schedule of streaming on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And what I'm thinking is on Mondays and Fridays we do the morning stream, and then on Wednesdays we do an evening / afternoon stream. Let me know what you guys think about that. If you guys like this stream, hit the thumbs up and make sure to subscribe if you're not already. But yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting something though. There's something I'm forgetting, guys. What was it? Did I forget something? I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't think I am. It's like part of me thinks I'm forgetting something, but part of me, it's like I wanted to tell you guys something to maybe think about. Oh, I was gonna do more. No, I was thinking about I should do more pattern kind of how-to patterns, like I kind of just did with that cup and handle. Something like that. Maybe I should do something more like that. Maybe that's what I was thinking. I can't remember. Alright, guys. If you guys like the stream, hit that thumbs up. Go check out my stream playlist, or go check out my old videos. Try to get those watch hours up if you can, if you want to. And yeah, you know what's funny? Go check out my old videos. They're actually just kind of funny because I've kind of evolved throughout the time. Yeah. And if you guys have been here throughout my journey, thanks for sticking along. But I will see you guys in the next stream, which will be on Wednesday, and maybe I'll do some more videos today, or maybe some more short videos, who knows. But Wednesday will be the next stream. Make sure to come back in the afternoon or the evening in the USA time, Denver time, should I say, and we'll come hang out and talk some more cryptos and stocks. But yeah, you guys have a great day. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend, and you guys have a great week. All right, see you in the next one.